Hello, I'm Stfan. We live in an era where being ordinary is considered a sin, where every scroll reminds us of someone else's massive success. Gen Z is constantly bombarded with news of self-made millionaires and child prodigies, creating an invisible clock that ticks louder every single day. The pressure to be extraordinary before 25 has turned our ambitions into a heavy burden, making us feel like we are falling behind. But let's stop for a moment and look at Forrest Gump's feather. It doesn't fight the wind, it simply moves with the rhythm of life. Why did a man with an IQ of 75 achieve everything we crave, even though he never actually spent a second desiring any of it? Think of SpongeBob, finding pure bliss in catching jellyfish. Both characters represent a type of happiness that modern society has completely forgotten how to feel. Today, we explore the philosophy of the great mediocrity and why Forrest Gump is the ultimate answer to the success pressures of our generation. Forrest didn't have a 5-year plan or a personal brand. He simply existed in the present, a trait that makes him a modern philosophical hero. We often mistake his simplicity for a lack of intelligence, but in reality, his mindset aligns perfectly with one of history's greatest philosophies. In Stoicism, the key to happiness is distinguishing between what we can control and what we cannot. Forrest mastered this without ever reading a book. When Forrest ran, he just ran. He didn't run for fame, for health metrics, or for Instagram followers. He ran because he felt like running. This is pure focus, the ability to be fully engaged in the current action without being haunted by the ghosts of the future or past. Similarly, SpongeBob flips Krabby Patties with the devotion of a master craftsman. To him, every burger is a masterpiece, not just a job. While Squidward suffers because he lives in his dreams of being a famous artist, SpongeBob thrives because he loves the reality of his spatula. When reporters asked Forrest deep questions about his purpose, he gave simple answers. He wasn't trying to sound deep, he was just being truthful. Stoicism teaches us that the ego is the enemy. By having no ego to protect, Forrest was immune to the anxieties that paralyze us. He didn't panic when the storm came. He focused on the nets. He focused on the task at hand while others were consumed by fear. Our generation is losing this pure focus. We are distracted by 1,000 notifications, never fully present in anything we actually do. We try to multitask our way to success, but Forrest shows us that doing one thing with total presence is the real superpower. There is a profound silence in his life that we lack, a silence that allows for true action to emerge without the noise of validation. Contrast Forrest with Lieutenant Dan, who was trapped by his destiny. Dan believed he was meant for glory, and that expectation became his prison. This is toxic ambition. When we decide life must go a certain way, we suffer every time reality disagrees with our scripted plan. Forrest had no script. He accepted every wave as it came, and in doing so, he eventually found the calm waters Dan was searching for. SpongeBob fails his driving test hundreds of times. Does it crush him? No. He goes back to the Krusty Krab and finds joy in cooking. This is eudaimonia happiness derived from virtue and the excellence of one's character, rather than the achievement of a specific external goal. When Forrest played ping pong, he was told, "Never take your eye off the ball." He took that advice literally and became a world champion. He didn't play to win the trophy, he played to hit the ball. The trophy was just a side effect of his absolute devotion to the moment. He became a war hero and a millionaire not because he chased those titles, but because he did the right thing when it was needed. That is the great mediocrity. It's the realization that being extraordinary is often a byproduct of being exceptionally good at being ordinary. We spend so much energy trying to be the exception that we forget how to be the rule of kindness, work, and presence. Aristotle argued that happiness is an activity, not a destination. In a world of Instagram filters, we are obsessed with the destination photo. We see the end result, but hate the process. We want the 1,000,000 followers, but we don't want the daily effort of actually connecting with people. Forrest, on the other hand, sat on a bench and told his story to anyone who would listen. He valued the human connection over the clock. SpongeBob and Patrick find absolute wonder in bubbles. Their success is internal. It's measured by the depth of their laughter, not the height of their status. Modern success is often a mile wide and an inch deep. Forrest Gump's success was an inch wide, but a mile deep. In an era of performative authenticity, true sincerity has become a rare superpower. Forrest didn't have a persona. He only had himself. His mother's famous words, "Life is like a box of chocolates," isn't just a cliché. It's a lesson in radical acceptance of the unknown. You don't get to choose what you get, but you do get to choose how you taste it. Forrest tasted every piece with gratitude. Aristotle believed that a good life is lived through virtue. Forrest was the personification of kindness, honesty, and loyalty, the highest virtues of all. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room to be the most impactful. You just need to be the most sincere. We often think we need more information or more skills to be happy. Forrest proves we actually need more heart and less ego. He felt every emotion fully, without trying to hide it or intellectualize it. He was profoundly human in his simplicity. If you are feeling the weight of the world, if you feel like you aren't enough, remember that Forrest was considered less by everyone. And yet, he was the one who saved lives, built empires, and changed the world, all by simply being a good friend and a hard worker. Success isn't about escaping the ordinary. It's about finding the extraordinary potential within the ordinary moments of our everyday lives. As we move into the final part of our journey, let's look at how we can apply this great mediocrity to our own lives. Even in grief, Forrest found a way to be present. He didn't run from the pain, he sat with it, talked to it, and moved forward. This is the ultimate goal of Stoicism, to be unshakable not because you have everything, but because you need nothing but your own virtue. So, how do we become great in our mediocrity? It starts by lowering the volume of the world and listening to our own heartbeat. Stop comparing your behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. Your pace is the only one that actually matters for your journey. Like Forrest, find your running. Find that one thing you do for the sheer joy of doing it, without any need for a result. When you work with the devotion of SpongeBob. Make your Krabby Patty the best it can be, even if nobody is watching. Kindness, focus, and peace. These aren't just words, they are the tools that turn a mundane life into a legendary one. We think greatness is a mountain we have to climb, but it's actually the way we walk the path every single day. Don't be afraid to be a normal person. In a world that is obsessed with being special, being normal and kind is the most special thing. Forrest's greatest achievement wasn't the money or the fame. It was being a father who was present for his son. The cycle of love and simplicity continues. It's a legacy that doesn't require a LinkedIn post to be valid or valuable. The feather is back in the air. It doesn't know where it's going, and it isn't worried about the destination. It just flies. You are that feather. You are allowed to drift. You are allowed to find your own way without a map or a compass. I hope this story helps you breathe a little easier today. You don't have to conquer the world. You just have to live in it. Time is only an enemy if you are racing against it. If you walk with it, time becomes your most faithful companion. Take back your attention. Give it to the things that matter. Give it to the person in front of you. Give it to yourself. This is the great mediocrity in action. It's the beautiful, messy, and wonderful reality of being alive without the need for an audience. Your life will be a collection of stories. Make sure they are stories of how you lived, not stories of how you performed for others. Even the smallest life can be a giant adventure if it is lived with a big heart and a focused mind. One small act of sincerity ripples outward, touching lives you will never even meet. That is how you change the world quietly. So keep running, keep loving, and keep eating your box of chocolates. Every flavor has a lesson if you are willing to taste it. We are all just feathers in the wind, but when we accept our nature, the wind becomes our wings instead of our enemy. Thank you for spending this time with me. It's okay to be ordinary, because in your own unique way, you are already V-Die. Go out and live your ordinary life with extraordinary heart. The world doesn't need more celebrities. It needs more people like you. Every morning is a new box of chocolates. Don't worry about the one you had yesterday. Just enjoy the one you have today. Stay grounded, stay focused, and most importantly, stay kind. That is the secret that Forrest Gump left for all of us. I'm Stfan, and I believe in your journey. No matter how slow it feels, as long as you are moving with sincerity, you are winning. Goodbye for now, and remember, greatness isn't something you find, it's something you bring to everything you do. Walk your path, love your life, and be at peace with being yourself. You are exactly where you need to be.